Welcome back to another edition of The Rush. I'm Danny Fry, and on this week we have highlights from last Friday night's football game in Jacksonville, as well as the soccer team's home opener against Williamsville. The volleyball team battled rival SHG Tuesday night, and the girls golf team hit the greens at Piper Glen. You're tuned into The Rush. Of course, we have a lot more of stats and features. But remember, today's Friday the 13th, so before Charleston steps on some cracks, let's get the show on the road. The Jacksonville Crimsons 2013 edition are loaded with talent from the offensive line all the way over to tight end Blake Hance, who's committed to play at Northwestern. The Titans defense, though, was ready for the test. Here's a guest anchor is Glenwood special teams coordinator and defensive line coach David Hay. Thanks for coming on, Coach.
Sure, no problem.
Now, Coach, last time that some of our viewers know, last time that the Titans lost to the Jacksonville Crimsons was on September 23rd, 1994. The Crimsons won that score 21-7. That was your first year in the coaching staff. Anything you remember from that game, Coach?
It was my first year. It's a long time ago. I don't remember a lot about it. I just know it wasn't very good.
But other than that, it's been a lot of good tidings playing the Jacksonville Crimsons after that.
Haven't lost since.
Haven't lost since. And let's see if the Titans can make it 20 consecutive victories against the Jacksonville Crimsons right now. Let's take a look at the highlights. Titans came in looking to strike down the Jacksonville Crimsons. And right out of the gate, number 32 goes and coughs up that football that was routed, and it's picked up by Aaron Williams, and that big defensive line played key throughout the game.
Defense really swarmed around and caused turnovers and stood up when they needed to.
Here, J.D. Rush on the buck, a classic Glenwood running play there. Gets it down inside the 5-yard line. Time for a quick rush breakdown here for the Buck. The offensive line, young this year, no seniors starting on the offensive line, but right there, key blocking there on both sides of the line allowed Rush to get down in between the 5-yard line.
You're looking in the Buck, you want to block everybody down and kick out the last guy, and they got it done right there.
And that led to a 4-yard touchdown run there. Josh Talley ends up walking in, and the Titans were up 7-0 after the extra point was good. Bryce Snicker there fires a 10-yard touchdown pass to Zach Lonergan as the Crimsons answer on the very next drive. Extra point would be good to make it 7-7. Take a look at another rush breakdown here. Aaron Merrifield on the right side of the screen there. Ton of open territory, wide open catch there for Lonergan.
Well, the aggressive style we're playing this year, you're going to see an occasional breakdown, but I think the defense stood up the rest of the game.
Right there, that's really about the only mistake the defense have made, and they were put in a lot of crucial situations. In the second quarter here, Josh had a lot of hard-nosed running right there. There is a 17-yard touchdown run for Josh Talley with about a minute left in the first half.
Josh is low to the ground, man. He runs hard.
Right there, and unfortunately a botch snap, extra point no good, 13-7 the score. The Titans led at halftime. Coach Onken's defense would play great in the second half, especially in key situations here. In fourth down in the second half, pass over the middle. Cody Johnson, number 30 there to break up that pass. He's done a good job so far, the senior.
We talked to all the guys about getting off the field, and right there they did.
Seemed like whenever Glenwood would get the ball back, though, after that fourth down situation right here, ball's going to pop loose. Floyd Lomolino, number 33 for Jacksonville, rips the ball away from Josh Talley. That one's recovered by the Crimson. Once the Titans were up, then Jacksonville got the ball right back, it seemed like, Coach.
Yeah, it went back and forth there for a while.
Yeah, and we'll keep going that way. There's back-to-back botch snaps in the fourth quarter. Titans still ahead 13-7 right there. Sort of a botch handoff there from Mapanitis over to Josh Talley. They were wrestling for the ball there. Crimsons come up with it, but then, yet again, botch snap on the shotgun right there to Bryce Snicker. Forrest Sexton comes away with it.
Yeah, Forrest getting in there, getting his hands on the ball. He likes that.
Gets right back in it, and wouldn't lead to anything there, though, after the Titans would fumble it again. But then on fourth down here, incomplete pass over the middle, and that was a key fourth down play that would lead to this score from 14 yards away. Right about the play after there to Josh Talley. Titans go on to win by a score of 21-7. J.D. Rush, 10 tackles. Josh Talley, 130 yards and 3 touchdowns. Let's hear some post-game sound.
It's just a rush. Everything that happens is just a big rush. You know, we get the ball back, we're all pumped up. We lose the ball, our defense is ready to come back out and get the ball back. It's undescribable.
They didn't really get at us too much. They just reminded us that this is a big game. we don't lose to Jacksonville. This is where Coach Rourke is from, so he doesn't like losing to them. And, you know, just too many mistakes, and we had to get it done. Tough contest early in the season, and I think it just gets us ready later in the season, even for the playoffs. This is like a playoff game right here.
At certain points, Coach, the offense played very well, but at certain points the offense broke down, though, and had turnovers. Any adjustments you guys are making in practice after these 2 games?
Well, just trying to focus on the basics. I mean, we're young on offense. Everybody knows that. We lost a lot of seniors to graduation. Just working on the basics and trying to make sure we get things like the snap count and hanging on to football and assignments all, you know, continue to improve on those things.
Yeah, now the front four, you're the defensive line coach, and this front four for the Titans, very impressive, and they wore out a pretty solid Jacksonville line all game.
Well, they're real athletic. We're playing, well, we have 4 seniors. We'll have 4 seniors against Charleston. We threw a sophomore in there, did a nice job, Clark Gayden, but all 4 of those guys are tough football players and real athletic, and they do a great job, make me look good, I guess.
And now Clark Gayden filling in for Tyler DeRozier, sort of in that hybrid position. DeRozier's set to come back tonight against Charleston.
Yeah, Tyler will be back tonight. We're glad to have him back. We'll look for him to do some things tonight for us.
Now, how's he feeling after that? It was a knee ACL, looked like a pull, right?
I think it might have been a small tear, but it's not something he's going to have surgery on maybe until later. I mean, I'm not sure about that, but he'll be ready to go.
He'll help for the Titans in the backfield along with Josh Talley, J.D. Rush, and others. That stable running backs you have, but then also on the defensive end, he'll be
he's going to do a
nightmare.
lot of things for us. Everybody's glad to have him back.
Now, Charleston, last year, it's about a 3.5-hour wait, and once you got out there, it was all muddy, weather and everything after waiting, a power delay, everything that could have went wrong did, except you guys ended up coming away with a 42-41 victory.
Yeah, I'm hoping to be home before 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, 2.5 drive over there, but Miles McAdams and everybody able to come away against the Charleston Trojans. It was just an instant classic, and the defense able to step up there at the end. It was a swinging gate play that they ended up stopping.
I think Grant Lee takes a lot of credit for that play.
Yeah, Grant Lee.
All himself, I think.
I think Nathan Hack takes some credit for that as well. It's kind of like a he said there. But what does it look like for tonight? I read an article in the Charleston paper that there are 14 inactive players for Charleston. They're going with a freshman at quarterback.
Yeah, well, we saw the freshman last week on film. He's a nice-looking kid and can play. I think he can play the position. As far as 14 out, I don't know. That's what was in the paper.
Yeah.
I don't know any more than you do. But they're big, they're physical, and we're looking for them to bring everything they can over to knock us off.
Awesome, Coach. Thanks for coming on.
Sure.
Good luck tonight. The football Titans have their home opener tonight at 7 against the 1-1 Charleston Trojans. This past Wednesday, the Glenwood boys soccer team played their first home game against the Williamsville Bullets as they looked to rebound from a 3-1 loss against St. Louis Chaminade. Let's take a look at the highlights. Williamsville out of the Sangamo Conference. They are the top team, one of the top teams in the Sangamo Boys Soccer Conference. And right there, a nice stop by the goalkeeper Tyler O'Shea. Titans come right back. They kind of got off to a slow start, though, until the 14th minute of the game. There's Stoke Assad able to boot that one in. Titans up 1-0. O'Shea here for another quick shot, another quick stop from the sophomore Sprague. And here, so another sophomore, Anthony Gregg. What a great save there, working him in. Titans came out with a different set in the first half. That's why they came out a little slow. And here's Luke Rechtenwall with the goal off of his left foot. Titans led 3-0 at half. Then they switched sets back to their normal set and were able to cruise 6-0. Brocktober with the goal there. He had 2. Luke Rechtenwall, a goal and 3 assists. The varsity soccer Titans play again Tuesday at home at 5 o'clock against Southeast. The boys and girls cross-country teams opened up their season at Granite City last Saturday. First, let's see how the boys did. Grand Kaiser ended up with a time of 16:03.55, pacing the guys that are trying to go more of running in a group this year. Number 35th in that meet was Landon Skelly. Demi Dixon, freshman phenom, finished 12th with a time of 19:22.86. Those were the top 5. As a team, the boys finished 5th at Granite City and the girls placed 3rd. The next cross-country meet is Saturday at Lincoln Park in the Lanphier Invite at 9 o'clock. Now, let's take our first commercial. When we return, the Rush will have highlights of volleyball and girls golf. Stay right there. The Glenwood Titans volleyball team has been showing gradual improvement throughout the season, which helped for a showdown against rival SHG Tuesday night. Now joining me on set is Glenwood senior setter Kate Reljic. Kate, thanks for coming on.
Yeah, no problem.
So talk about how the season's been going. You guys have been contending in each game, but just haven't quite been able to put it together.
Yeah, we don't really finish very well, but we're working on our mental toughness from last year. Having a losing season kind of hurt us, and getting through where we don't have Tosi right now, who's our D1 player.
And now what's wrong with her? She's going to Connecticut.
Yeah, she has been having knee problems, and she doesn't want to push it right now, so she's taking 3 weeks off. And people have really stepped up, though. Without the juniors, we would be nowhere. And her sister, though, she's really stepping up.
We'll talk about Lade here in just a minute. Let's take a look at the highlights now. The Titans against the Lady Cyclones. Let's take a look at the highlight here. Glenwood against SHG. There's Tosi that you mentioned. She'll be out 3 weeks with just knee problems trying to sit out. Daniel Helm did that a little bit for basketball, where he sit out just for a few games. Girls got off to a tough start there, though. Cassie Sheedy couldn't quite time that for you.
Yeah, she couldn't see it in the light. It wasn't her fault.
How bright is it over there trying to play
it's pretty
there?
bad. Right there, we don't really get our blocks up very well. We need to work on that. We have a hole every time. We're just not as fast as we need to be. And
that led to a quick kill for the Cyclones. SHG won set 1, but these girls got off to a solid start in the second set, though, thanks to number 24 there, Lade Identity, Tosi's sister here. 2 key plays right here. Almost look like the same play, but she's came up clutch right there, just tapping it over like that.
Yeah,
do you guys practice that?
Yeah, we do a lot. She's really good at solo blocking. We just need to get our middles in there with her.
Now this shot was wide, tied 24-24 in the second set. That shot was wide. You guys ended up winning the set 26-24. What was going through your mind there? Was that big?
Yeah, we were really getting the momentum back. We wanted to keep it in the next game. It just didn't really happen that way.
Yeah, in the third set, another slow start. Ellie Alexander couldn't quite get that over the net. But you girls were able to put this one around, though. Eventually, SHG ends up knocking it into the net. You guys just trying to keep it alive there.
Yeah.
And keep it going. Now what's here? Just trying to get it over the net, or you're trying to set things up?
Yeah, no, we were just having a bad pass right there, but Sammy did exactly what she should have, jumping over and putting it down.
SHG, a few nice diving saves here. It was 24-21. The score here, SHG ahead in the third game with the match tied at 1 game apiece. Eventually here, though, Hannah Phillips ends up going out of bounds with the return right here, and that ended up being the game right there, game set match, 25-21 win for SHG.
I remember.
Just how? Yeah, that's right. You had 13 assists, though, and Sadie Stone had 6 kills. Let's see what Coach Trower had to say after the game.
Able to really start off strong, but we were able to mentally start focusing in this game and really use the momentum in order to kind of get us back into the game. And it was nice swings, you know, a couple of points went our way. Could have been a different game. I mean, that's showing our mental toughness. We still have a little ways to go on the mental toughness, but we've definitely gone quite a bit in this season so far on really pushing points and finishing games.
So, Kate, here, Coach added mental toughness there. You alluded to it there before. And how are you guys trying to get that through your minds here? Been facing a few tough losses in a row.
Just not getting frustrated with one another, and because it's a team sport. No one person can win it. We have to all play together. And going and having the juniors play with us this year has been really trying to get everybody into one thing right now is just what we're working on.
Those juniors in the segment, you got a lot of senior leadership this year, too.
We do. Sadie Stone is one of the juniors that as a setter, I can always count on her to put a ball down. You know.
Yeah, she had 6 kills in the game against SHG. Has been up there, bringing up some stats there. Well, Kate, thanks for coming on, and good luck throughout the season.
Thanks.
The next test for the Lady Titans is a difficult one at home at 7 against Springfield High. From the volleyball courts over to the tennis courts. The girls' tennis team had a match Tuesday night against Southeast. Let's take a look at the results. Glenwood ended up taking this one 9-0, another easy set for the Titans. Nina Prabhu won her set 6-0, 6-0. Lexi Weekly won her set 6-0, 6-0. The next girls' tennis match is tonight at 4:15 at Lanphier against the Lady Lions. The girls' varsity golf team is young once again this year, relying on the play of upperclassmen. The ladies teed off last Tuesday against Piper Glen. at Piper Glen against SHG. Gracie McCall will tee off here. She's a junior. She started off in trouble, lands this chip shot in the rough, and she ends up tapping it in, though, an easy putt. Brooke Metzger shot a 54, the third best score for the Lady Titans on the day. Here's this putt from a good ways away, and it is almost right there, a little bit to the left, and she's able to just tap that one in there. She ended up being a birdie on that one. Allison Marshall tees off and looks where it ended up, and the wind ends up taking this putt as she putted from the fringe, ends up rolling around. Kind of describes the Lady Titans day as a whole, but nails that nice putt at the end. Low score wins. SHG takes it with a score of 162. The Lady Titans had a score of 214. The girls will hit the greens next on Monday, September 16th, starting at 4 o'clock at Piper Glen against the Quincy Blue Devils. The Glenwood girls swimming and diving season is underway and already at a record-breaking pace. Let's look at the results from Tuesday at Eisenhower Pool. Let's take a look at a few of the key results for the 200 free relay. That ended up setting a school record with a time of 1:47.70. Sarah Helm also had a nice time in the IM, and Glenwood ends up taking the meet as a whole. High score wins. They got a score of 107. Porter in second with an 89. The Lady Titans will jump in the water again this Saturday at 1 o'clock for the Springfield Invite hosted at Eisenhower Pool. It's time for the Week 2 edition of Aric's Pigskin Picks. Let's see who the Swami Aric Burklow predicted to come out on top over the weekend.
Hello, this is Aric Burklow and his Week 2 picks. So let's get started. My first game is St. Louis at Atlanta. I think Atlanta will win because they are going to be kind of angry after losing to New Orleans, and they're at home. It's their home opener, so I think they'll play well at home. But I think St. Louis will keep it close. My next game is Minnesota at Chicago. I think Minnesota's slump will continue. They did not look too good last week at Detroit, so I think they'll start 0-2, and I say Chicago gets it done at Soldier Field. My next game is Washington at Green Bay. I think Washington will win. I think RG3 will rip that Green Bay secondary apart, but I think it'll be a close one. They're not going to be too happy after losing that Monday night game to Philly. My next game is a Sunday nighter. Sunday night football is San Fran at Seattle. Seattle will win. It's in Seattle, and Seattle will play better at home. My upset game is Tampa Bay over New Orleans. I think Tampa Bay is going to be very angry after losing to the Jets. I think that Levante David guy will set his atonement. I think he'll have an interception and a sack to make up his mistakes after that hit on Geno Smith at the end of last week.
Now let's take our final commercial break of the day. We'll be right back with the top 3 in the weekly debate with Mr. Garber and Tyler Beckerman. We'll be right back.
Hello, this is Aric Burklow doing the top three plays this week in Glenwood Sports. Let's go ahead, start the countdown. Play number 3 takes us to the volleyball game. Tuesday night at SHE. La Den E stepped up big in the second set when the Titans needed a boost. She delivered not one, but 2 key blocks against the Lady Cyclones, but the Titans fell in them 2-1. Play number 2 takes us to the soccer game. Well, Luke against Williamsville. Luke Reckenwall boots it past the Williamsville goalkeeper, Tyler O'Shea, as the Titans won by a score of 6-0. And now the top player of Glenwood Sports this week is Josh Talley as he finds the end zone with a sneaky run in the second quarter as the Titans defeated the Crimson 21-7. Now let's send it back to Danny for the weekly debate.
Very good job there from Aric Burklow, coming from his pick center over to the studio there to make those picks. All right, we have our weekly debate here. Tyler Beckerman, Glenwood, a senior basketball and baseball player, and also Coach Garber, Mr. Garber, history teacher here and also the head cross-country coach. So, Mr. Garber, we'll actually start with you here. How's the cross-country season going?
It's going awesome.
Everything ready for Lincoln Park tomorrow? Got everything all planned out?
Absolutely. If you guys, well, I'm guessing this is probably going to air after
the
whole thing's going on, but if you decided to come out, we appreciate your support for the cross-country
We get
team.
everything.
Yeah, I think it's going to be
Big
awesome.
deal, yeah. Okay, so let's dive right into the debate here. We'll start with baseball and the NL Central here, coming down to the end. So you have the Cardinals and Reds. The Pirates finally have their first winning season since 1992. Tyler, we'll start with you and go over Mr. Garber. We got 2 Cardinal fans here, though, but Tyler, we'll start with you. Who will win the NL Central and why?
I'm a little biased, but I do believe that it will be the Cardinals. Their pitching's coming on strong. They have a great bullpen. And whenever they need somebody, they go to their farm system, and a young person comes up, and they step up. And I just believe that the Cardinals have what it takes to stick it out.
They really are, Mr. Garber.
Yeah, it's not much of a debate because I think we both agree that the Cardinals are going to be NL Central champions. They're going to win the National League. It's going to be a very interesting AL side to see who's going to win, but I'm pretty sure that the Cardinals are going to win. Depth of the bullpen is huge. The youth that we have gaining experience the whole season, guys like Tyler Lyons and Shelby Miller and guys like that. I mean, I don't see any reason why we wouldn't be able. Michael Walker's coming on at the right time. I think it's going to be just fine.
Matt Adams, Yadier Molina's out right now indefinitely. Another family issue. Seems like he's had a lot of those. Though over in is it Puerto Rico? Yeah, Puerto Rico.
No, Dominican Republic.
Dominican Republic. Close enough. No. What was the biggest surprise that you guys noticed from week 1 of the NFL football season? There are a lot of storylines. Beckerman, what happened to your Packers against the 49ers?
Well,
very highly anticipated game that game.
Yeah, I actually was not. I was out of town. I wasn't able to watch the entire game, but Colin Kaepernick, he stayed back in the pocket, and he was able to beat us throwing from the pocket, and it didn't help. Clay Matthews hit Colin Kaepernick out of bounds. There was a little confusion on the call.
Yeah,
it could have went both ways, but either way, it should have been. 49ers played a great game, and it was a little disappointing.
Scarber, what's your biggest surprise?
Peyton Manning. I luckily drafted him in 2 of my fantasy football
leagues. And didn't you get the Welker combination there? A lot of people did that.
Yeah, they both set it up. And another one, too, a lot of people did not give a lot of respect to Reggie Bush this year.
Going to the Lions.
Drafts, he was all the way down the depth chart. You look at him when they started, he was like a number 13, 14, 15, ranked back. And the guy comes in there, he runs the ball, he catches the ball really well. He's one of those guys that is a double threat. He's like Matt Forte or any of those other guys that they use out of the backfield. And I drew him out kind of early, and people were, a little skeptical. But there's no way. That guy is too good. He had too good of a college career to come out and play for a team like the Lions that have had no real running game to speak of the last couple of years. So, those are the 2 big ones.
Yeah, and he won the Heisman, then of course had to give it back. We got to remember he was a Heisman Award winner though, at least at the beginning. Okay, so now let's get into more of the debate setting here with college athletes. Oklahoma State just had a recent thing where they were giving benefits to players and paying players, and you have a whole thing with them being on video game covers and all this other stuff with merchandise. You can trace it all the way back actually we can go with the 90s of Fab Five with where they would wear just blank socks. They wouldn't wear anything like Adidas or anything because they didn't want to, have that issue. Becker, we'll start with you. Do you think college athletes should be paid for all the publicity they're getting on media?
I do not believe that they should be guaranteed a certain amount of money, but I think that if the colleges and universities are going to profit off their likeness, then they should be compensated with at least a portion of that, because it's wrong to deny them money that people are making off of them. So I think that something should be done to change that.
I kind of disagree with that, only because the education they're getting is supposed to be a free education. Now, if they're playing at the level they're supposed to, and the likeness issues and stuff like that, when you go into college, a lot of times the agreements that you sign to be a college player say that the likeness can be used. Now, if you look at games like NCAA football games, they only list them as numbers. They don't list them a lot of times as players. So you're going to play as number 25, you're going to play as number 74, and those are the things that you're going to do. But when you see that as a usage of time and usage of money, you're not really going to be worried about, hey, am I getting paid? You're getting free college, you're getting free room and board, you're getting free food a lot of time if you eat on campus. So, I mean, there is compensation taking place, but as a college athlete, you're still paying and still playing. So
we'll go to college athletes that are a college athlete that's still complaining. That's Johnny Manziel with Texas A&M. Highly touted game over the weekend against Alabama. The defensive genius Nick Saban might be able to, wave his magic wand and figure Johnny Manziel out, but that's not really what we're talking about here. Out of control with the use of Twitter, and that's almost an epidemic with college athletes all around anyway. And I'm just wondering how Manziel goes into that, and he said, sort of the poor me stuff, like I'm in this attention. You don't have to do anything that he's done to point. You don't have to go to the NBA games. You don't have to do any of this stuff. But what's your guys' take on it? Is he out of control here, or is he going to settle back down and go to Utah?
Well, I mean, I don't agree with all the stuff that he's doing outside of his, outside of his sport of football, but he hasn't done anything that's been proven to be illegal. And so I don't think he's out of control. I think he's fine.
I think it's a symptom of overall the time, the people that are there, the high school athletes, the college athletes. I think it's just one of those things that you see a lot of people out there that use the social media. I don't agree with it at all.
Well, guys, thanks for coming on, and that's it for the show. The third episode of The Rush is in the books. I hope to see you all at the football game tonight at 7 o'clock versus Charleston. Head out to the cross-country meet Saturday at 9 o'clock as well. We are out of here.